Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain, back for some more Feywild. Gonna be bringing you the Immortality lessons. I know from my first look, this is actually one of my most popular ones, so wanted to actually come back and give you a full walkthrough. That way you guys are able to find your way through a little bit quicker than I was in that first video. So let's just jump right to it. I am joined by a friend of mine, Demon Bun. He's gonna come and hang around for some laughs. Alright, so the first thing you want to do when you get in is you want to come into this room as fast as possible, because there's a very long talk. You just gotta wait for Hearsome to play his fiddle and chat with you. While he's doing that, I want to point out a couple of things. Now, this walkthrough does go through all the optionals except for one of the major ones there, which is the finding the mysterious door. The reason for that is that door teleports, so it can be in several different locations, and ultimately, like, it's an easy one. If you're able to get to the door and click on it, then it will teleport you to an open area. You just talk to a corrupted unicorn. That's simple. It gives you a little bit of experience, no loot, so if we happen to run across it on our path, awesome, I'll definitely show you guys. If not, truthfully, skip it. It's not worth finding it and tracking it down. So now that he's done playing that, we're going to get started here. So I'm actually going to start by heading through this door into the Crumbling Amphitheater. Now there is a reason that I'm choosing to go through this door first, and that is it's actually going to give us an item that we need on the other side to be able to get one of the extra chests. So once we step in, we have just a couple of enemies to kill. Once they are eliminated, on the organ there, it's going to spawn in a bunch of fiddles. Go ahead and pick one up. Go to your inventory. Find the item and drag it to your quick bar. You're going to need it a lot. Now inside here, we also have these stone gargoyles. Now if you're standing near the gargoyles and you play your fiddle, it will create a circle around. If they're inside the circle, it will kill them. It will also give you count for one of the optionals. So there's 18. We'll drop down to 16 here. Another thing to point out, throughout this quest there are random bits of animals. If you happen to kill them, as you see, we are getting count for monsters killed. So I'm not just a horrible person, I'm a horrible person with a goal. So yeah. From here we're going to hop down the hole. If there is no hole, stand in the center of that room, play the fiddle. Alright. And then it's going to take us to this room here. Now we have two directions to go. You can choose to head north. That will let you through the passage. However, it's just a dead end, just a couple of enemies. The one that we want to take is south. So I'm just playing the fiddle. Once we enter the room, it will have a few satyrs and a few pixies. Go ahead and kill them. And this is actually a collapsing floor, which will collapse when we play the fiddle. However, we need to do something else before we progress a little bit further. Otherwise, this is just going to be a dead end for us. So for now, we're going to head south even further through the wall. And continue around. Now, if you look to our right here, there's going to be another broken wall. You can feel free to break this wall if you want. There really isn't anything on the other side of it. You do have a collectible, so if you're kind of a collectible whore like myself, there's definitely that there. You do see a random named satyr, but he really doesn't play any part in anything. So we're going to continue down the path through our door until we come to this room here. Now, to the right, we do have a wall here, which again we can go through. It will lead to more just random stuff. Nothing actually important through there. This right here is one of these spots that can spawn the magical teleporting door. So just keep an eye out right here. But the path that we want to actually go is up this, up these vines right here. Now we don't want to stop at this door here. We want to actually continue up further. For those that are interested, that one will just lead you back to the start where we came in. That way if we need to escape, there's our path. So here we want to climb up all of them, all the way to the top here. Now there is a little bit of a bug that you can check out here. If you have the jump, you can actually jump all the way up top here, and as you can see, everything is complete green screen, unfinished level. Clearly you weren't supposed to be able to get up top this high. As well, we can see some random part of wall and other parts up there. But anyway, random bugs aside, from this point here, once we've climbed up, just want to head here. Now we do have a broken wall which we do need to go through. However, before we go through that, if we sneak past here, breaking these gargoyles, and then continuing to head, which will be, what, west? I don't know, these paths are kind of, we gotta go north and then west. It'll take us to another section. Ooh, that was a little weird one. It'll take us through here to another section, again having a few more of these gargoyles, as well as another broken wall. So we're going to grab this wall. On the other side of this one, around the corner, we have a music stand sitting outside of the door. Now, this door is locked, cannot be picked, actually can't even be targeted, and simply just playing your fiddle outside of it will open up the door, revealing another optional here, which is to click on the books to learn a little bit of the Feywild and learn more of Hearsome and that lore. From there, continue down the path, open the door, and we're right back here to where this wall was. So we're gonna break the wall, head on through, and again we have another one of those doors with the music stand, so there will be another of the optional for the Read Hearsome's Fable. As well, we also have 3 gargoyles. Now playing the music next to the glass windows will shatter the glass. So make sure you grab the glass and, oh sorry, the gargoyles and the door, and then just break the one glass. From here you can sneak down, and we come across Tourmaline. Now, this guy, once he takes X amount of damage, he's actually going to go into like an invulnerable state, like most gargoyles do. The difference is he can't actually be killed. The only way to kill him is you take him down to that hit points, and then you play the fiddle like we've been doing to break all the other gargoyles. At that point he'll shatter, and he dies. When he dies, the lever just down there, it's going to unlock, allowing us to pull that lever and continue on. As well, we do have a couple of gargoyles here.
The red signal
Alright, so once you pull the lever, what you need to do is you can head right here, and you'll break the floor. We have a couple more gargoyles, as well as a door. Now we want to go through the door and not up the vine. It's kind of like the shortcut through this side. Alright. And then we're going to run past the Fey Circle, the giant circle of mushrooms, and go through the door. Now this will actually allow us to kind of meet back up where we were for when we drop down originally into this section. So there is a tiny bit of backtracking right here, and we want to backtrack to this room and this floor so that we can break it and fall on down. In here is just up here, so this is what that door here, that's what that lever opens. So if we hadn't gotten that lever and we came down here first, it would just come up to the door and that you wouldn't be able to progress any further. So this section, play your fiddle, it breaks the gargoyle, getting you your first of the 2 notes. That'll open this up, and then all we need to do is step into the Fey Circle, which will port us to our other Fey one here. From here, we just want to climb the stairs. Now we only got 2 more gargoyles left on this side. So grab the gargoyle here, except I think I'm too far away. I am. There. And then we can break this one here. Now, don't worry if you did miss a couple of the gargoyles. Once we go through here, there are actually like 4 extras that you have access to that are fairly easy to get. So again, you can miss up to 4 and still be able to get that optional. So as soon as you go through the door, you've got 2 right here. If you hop down, you'll have 2 more right here. So there's that curious door they were talking about. If we were able to click on that door quick enough, we would have teleported inside. As I was a little slow, again I missed it. So all that does is it teleports to one of its other random locations, so it is still here in the quest, but it's somewhere random. Alright, so now for the other side here. So this side here, it can actually be done super quick. In fact, stopping right on the other side of this door. Dust motes drift through the air, while cobwebs choke the corners. So in here, what you want to do is you want to hop up on top of the table. It'll then light a few of the objects. Our case, we have the mirror, the perfume, and the painting. Now, basically you can talk to her, Hermia, which will then explain, like, you want to pick the thing that here some would pick. In this case, it is actually the mirror. The other options that you have is you might have a ripe apple and a cake. The correct answer would then be the cake, or sorry, the apple, not the cake. Sorry about that. Correct answer is that apple. You could get a wine bottle, a formal dinner plate, and a crystal goblet. The correct answer is the wine bottle. And then finally, for the third option, it is a wooden torch, iron bird cage, and a metal lantern. The correct answer is the wooden torch. Now, upon choosing the correct answer, it's going to give you a note which you can read, which gives you the second code in order to complete. It also spawns in a Fomorian coming from the bedroom. Now, once he dies, It will immediately open up the door, allowing you to proceed out, as well as it spawns in a few delectable caster cakes and caster pies. So from this point you can head south, back to that last room, and continue on, or if you want you could continue heading north and get a few more optionals. As well, if you got that answer wrong, it does port you to a location here inside here, inside kind of in a prison, which I can guide you to as well. So you want to head through the door, drop down, and again through the door. Now once you get through this door, if you're getting shot, you know, go ahead and kill the guy. But you actually want to hop down. So you're actually going to want to hop down on the left-hand side of this bridge, and it'll lead you to a gate with a lever in the center. Now there is a second gate over there. That one is on the side, and you want to hit this one first. So through that, through our door here, just have a small little group of enemies here to deal with, and we'll have a gate here. Now this gate we will get back to, but for now we're going to move on. Now as soon as we open the door, we're going to have again a group of enemies as well. This one has a few doors to it. All of them are actually important. So the one directly to our left, we're going to head inside, and at the top here we do have a golden key. Now this key is required to open up the last door for us to get and read Hearsome's Fable for that optional there. The other bit is inside here to the right. We do just have a random chest which is locked, so go ahead and lockpick, use knock or a bell of opening to get your loot. Inside you can get Pharaoh Crystal chunks and Pharaoh Crystal weapons. Aside from that, nothing named will drop, so I wouldn't recommend re-rolling those. North, we can open up our gate, proceed again further in, and on the other side of this door is the prison, which it would teleport you if you got the answer incorrect. When it does teleport you inside, you would be on the other side of this cell right here, not actually able to get to these enemies until you come back around. So in order to get out to the north, you have a secret door that will actually drop you all the way down and lead up to that sewer pipe right there, and you'll be able to get up, come back in and kill these enemies. When you do, you get another random chest. This one isn't locked, and again you can get Pharaoh Crystals and Pharaoh Crystal weapons, but no actual named items will drop out of there. So we are going to head down this path now. If you were in the prison, you would have to head up and around, trying to catch up to one of the other paths. But because we've opened that gate from this side, we're going to just keep going here. So now we're actually going to head through this optional. And down here there are two doors. So the first one is straight ahead. If you have not yet at this point gone and got the fiddle, you would not be able to unlock this chest. So if you read the note, it cues to rhythm is the lock. So rhythm is key. You play the fiddle, it unlocks a chest. Again, random loot, so nothing important, but it's there for you. From here, we actually want to head down these stairs, and it's going to come into another optional, which is to eliminate Granny, and it seems we are lagging a little bit. once she's dead, again, more loot. So there's lots of loot that you can get out of this quest. A lot of it just random loot, but hey, loot is still loot. Alright, so from this point, you can hop into the water if you want. There is a collectible down there. Aside from that, nothing else. And then we just want to backtrack. So outside that door, just continue forward, making it right. And this will lead us all the way back here to these grates. Now, when we get to the center, that's where it would normally spawn in a group of enemies, but it seems we've already dealt with some of them. And yeah, we're just going to continue to the other gate and head on up the stairs, which will lead us right back to essentially where we came in. But instead of heading across the bridge and leaving, we want to head north, opening the gate, and then head right. Through here, I want to point out you can get the curio door spawning in this location here, straight up against the wall. And then from here, we're just going to want to head straight. And we can unlock this door. This door is unlocked with the golden key that we had picked up earlier, giving us our third and final fable here, as well as a little bit of gold if you want to pick that up. Now, from this point, we want to exit. So we're just going to go straight out, all the way to the end. Sneak around the corner and across the bridge. Now at this point, it's going to lead us all the way back to where our banquet hall is. So if you did decide to skip to this point, you know, no optional, that's fine. All you would then do is exit to the Hall of Objects and back to our lovely friend the owl. Check, see if the door's there again. Nope. Alright. Now that you have both pieces of paper, it shows you on both sides of the door. Now if you click on the one on the left, we have wild. So that would be the first word that we would want to use /say. So it's wild vision. So we would do /say and then wild because it was on the left. Vision because it's on the right. Caps lock says not important.
Clear your voice and speak the watchwords aloud.
And then once you speak the words, door opens. From here, it's just an end fight. Now, the end fight itself, I mean, we are a little bit higher level, but the end fight itself could be kind of tricky. So it's going to actually spawn in 2 enemies on the platform here. You're going to fight the first one. Here, the green one. He's a fairly standard, just beat down fight. The second one, so the first one also is going to spawn in these random enemies. The second one, it's going to take X amount of damage and then he's going to freeze. When he freezes, it's going to spawn in a few more enemies, mostly cold based. And you just fight them. Once they die, you can break his armor, and then it spawns in the next group of enemies. One thing to watch out when it's on this phase of the fight, where you're fighting Frost Guy, is he will cast these giant circles, which do a lot of damage. So just watch yourself that you're not standing in them, as especially at level, it might be a one-shot. I know even at this level it tends to tickle. And then once you're done, keep fighting him until he finally falls.
Then fade away. Hear some whistles.
Kind of goes white. Hearsome does a speech thing, but that's it. Like, it's a fairly straightforward quest once you know the path. And I'm really hoping that the video here helps you with that. So they do have a couple more things to kill, and then you can talk to Hearsome. As you see, still broken text, but it is brand new. And then, yeah, gives you a nice big chest of loot. See if we get anything cool. Ooh, a Sapphire of Heroism. You know what? I don't think I've gotten that one before. Nice little heroism augment. Alright, but anyway guys, thank you so much for joining. Hopefully that's going to answer some of your questions and help you get through this one a lot easier and a lot faster. Have a good one all.